and welcome back to my channel, and today we're back with a gnome wizard for our character creation. For this, I didn't write what background we used. Whoops, I did sage. Just so you know. There we go. Alright, so we're doing a rock gnome wizard. Just thought it'd be cool. And it has really good stats for what a wizard needs. So what I'm going to do is we are going to place some stats real fast. Let me get my book open. Should have had it open before I started recording, but that's fine. We're gonna hop in, look at some wizard stuff. And we can talk about the wizard. So, wizard. Intelligence should be their highest, followed by constitution or dexterity. If you want to go to the school of enchantment, you should choose charisma. Then you should do the sage background, and then it gives you some options for the cantrips and first level spells that you can use. Health. Well, let's put stats in. We'll put stats in, and then we will move into that. So, first is intelligence, then con or dex. So we have a +2 to that. Let's do we'll do the 14 here to make that a 16. And we'll put the 15 here to make that a 16. And then 13 here. Give us a +1 to our initiative, which isn't terrible. And then I think this time we're gonna go with a low charisma, just because he is a wizard. He focuses more on, you know, reading and knowledge, and that, you know, that can make someone like kind of snobby or just not understanding people. And oh, I accidentally put that in wisdom instead of intelligence. Wisdom, we'll put wisdom at 12, and then the 10 can go to strength, so, you know, average strength. Well, that's below average for adventurers. 12 to 13 is the average for adventurers, and then obviously these stats are pretty high, and this is kind of low for anyone, really. So we're going to do 6 plus con, which is a 9. So 9 health for our little wizard. I'm going to go ahead and close these. These are stay blank, because you can choose those. They are found with the backgrounds of what you want, or you can make up your own. Let's see. You get Arcana and History for the sage background. Then you get to choose from Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, and Religion. I'm gonna stick with more of the intelligence ones. I think we'll go Religion. That's good. And then I think we'll go with Medicine, because that is, even though that's based on wisdom, you can learn quite a bit from books on how to heal people. So obviously it won't be as high as a bonus, but that will be like, he knows how to do medicine. It's just the execution that he's not as good at. So we can do that. And then we will get into some of these traits. So gnomes have dark vision. And then they have gnome cunning, so they have advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic. So anytime your DM asks for an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma save, and from a spell, you have advantage. Then, because of Rock Gnome, they have Artificer's Lore, so when you make an intelligence history check related to magic items, alchemical objects, or technological devices, you add twice your proficiency bonus, instead of any proficiency bonus you normally apply. So we can figure out how to make this. So we will make this, we'll call it Artificer's Lore. And that is a intelligence check. And you also want to put expertise, because that will double the proficiency bonus right away. And because it's pulling from our intelligence, that should automatically pull it. So right now it is a 7 bonus to any history checks that we make with against magical items and so on and so forth. Then they can also tinker. So you have proficiency with artisan tools or tinker's tools. So we can put tinker's tools. We are proficient, and I feel like that might be a dexterous move, or maybe intelligence on how to put it together. You can always ask your DM. We'll just leave it dexterity for now. So using those tools, you can spend 1 hour and 10 gold pieces worth of materials to construct a tiny clockwork device. The device ceases to function after 24 hours unless you spend an hour repairing it to keep the device functioning, or when you use your action to dismantle it. At that time, you can reclaim the materials used to create it. You can have up to 3 such devices active at a time. When you create a device, choose one of the following. So you can have a clockwork toy. So it is an animal, monster, or person, such as a frog, mouse, bird, dragon, or soldier. When placed on the ground, the toy moves 5 feet across the ground in each of your turns in a random direction. It makes noises as appropriate to the creature it represents. Fire starter, the device produces a miniature flame, which you can use to light a candle, torch, or campfire. Using the device requires your action. And music box, when opened, this music box plays a single song at a moderate volume. The box stops playing when it reaches the song's end or when it is closed. All your things that you can make with that. Then you get the researcher from the sage, which we've gone over. It's just when you attempt to learn or recall lore, but you don't have that information, you know where you can obtain it, unless the DM says that it's kind of something that you wouldn't know where to get it, and that can be like a campaign thing. And then wizards have arcane recovery. You've learned to regain some of your magical energy by studying your spellbook. Once per day, when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slot to recover. The spell slot can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half your wizard level rounded up. And none of the slots can be 6th level or higher. For example, if you're a 4th level wizard, you can recover up to 2 levels worth of spell slots, and you can recover either a 2nd level slot or 2 1st level slots. So you can do that. And then they do have spellcasting, which I chose some spells. Obviously, you cannot have this many. You can have 3 cantrips and 2 1st level spells. These are some of the ones that I felt were some of my favorites, or some that I would have a difficult time choosing from. So Acid Splash, Firebolt, Ray of Frost, and Shocking Grasp. Those are all your damage dealing cantrips, which can be nice to have, especially if you run out of these first level spells. And then there's Dancing Lights, which creates 4 torch-sized lights within range. And they can appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs, and they hover in the air for the duration. Up to 1 minute. And it can just shed light, and you can move them up to 60 feet. And there are some like restraints on they can't go out of the range, which is 120 feet, and a light must be within 20 feet of another light, or it is dispelled. Then Mage Hand is just a little spectral hand, and that can go and like grab small items for you. It can't be any heavier than 10 pounds at a time. So, but that can like open a door. Like if you don't have a rogue and you're like, oh, we should check for traps, instead of that, you can just have the hand open it when you are a safe distance away, which it is 30 feet, so you could still get caught in the range, but and then message. We've gone over this a little bit in the other videos, but basically you point in the direction of a party member or whoever you would like to talk to, and you can send them a message and they can reply. So that's really nice to have, especially if you're in a situation where subtlety is key. So if someone, say the bard, because bards are charismatic, they go up and they're talking to someone, but they don't know the information, or they kind of like seize up, you could message them and just, you know, tell them what's up. Obviously, there are some components to it. There's a material component, a somatic component, and a verbal. So you would also have to be kind of stealthy about it. They would see you casting the spell unless you try to be careful about it. But because they are gnomes, they're quite small, so you could probably hide. As long as you know the direction of the person you're trying to message. Because you're a gnome, you only have a 25 speed. And then I chose a quarterstaff for this one's weapon from the equipment that you can choose. And that's also going to act as the arcane focus. You can have a different one, or you can have a components pouch. They're the same thing, just they act a little bit differently. The components pouch is just a pouch to hold components in for spells, and an arcane focus acts as the component for spells that have no gold value. So, like with, I believe it was message, it needed a copper wire. Instead, your focus would need it, so you didn't need that copper wire because there was no gold value to that copper wire. And then obviously there is a spell book. We'll get more into spell books in the next wizard, as that one will be level 2, and I believe level 2 is when you choose your school. So we'll get into that in the next one. For first level spells, this one was also difficult. Detect magic can be good, and it is a ritual, so you could cast this without using a spell slot as long as you did ritual, which takes 10 minutes. You can do the same thing with find familiar and identify. So having these spells, it could be really, really useful. Then also mage armor, magic missile, and thunderwave. Those are all very good spells. With wizards, there's no known spells. So you can know as many as you want. It's just how many you can prepare at a time. So the wizard table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your spells at a first level or higher. To cast one of these spells, you must expend a spell slot of that level or higher, and you regain all when you finish a long rest. To prepare the list of wizard spells that are available for you to cast, choose a number of wizard spells from your spell book equal to your intelligence modifier plus your wizard level. So our intelligence mod is 3, and our level is 1. So we could prepare 4 spells. So in essence, we could do detect magic, identify, magic missile, and thunderwave. But you only have 2 slots to cast those. So you can prepare quite a few spells to have, but you only have very few slots to actually cast them. And obviously that will go up as you increase in level. After that, our armor class is only 11 because they have no armor proficiency. You can still wear armor. That just has some negative effects if you're not proficient in it. So armor class is just 10 plus your dex, and because our dex is quite low, it's only an 11. So I want to be careful with your wizard getting up close, especially with these very few hit points. But yeah, I believe that is everything. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment if you would like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!